Hi everyone, it's Molly. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. I am doing a triptych tonight, a 3-canvas set, and I'm doing it in a really beautiful, like navy Prussian type blue that I mixed to make it a more opaque color. Lately, I've been really liking trying to make the bases a more opaque or at least semi-opaque color. I feel like it really reacts well with the other paints. So I'm using purples, pinks, gold, and blue for the blowout. This is a commission piece for a lovely lady named Shelby. So thank you so much for choosing me to make your artwork. And thank you guys for watching. Let's paint. All right, hi everyone. I am doing a commission piece for a person named Shelby. She found me on Instagram and asked me to do this for her. We kind of went back and forth and she finally decided on a navy color. So I've talked about this before, but I made this color and I'll tell you why. Prussian blue or Payne's gray is normally the color that I use. Amsterdam, I don't like their Payne's gray as much, but the Payne's gray that I do like when I use paint and water swallows up the colors, and that's the creative inspiration. So I love the color, but I don't like the effect when I'm doing blow dryer work. So I mixed out of Amsterdam paints because I like that as my base. I made this color more opaque. And to do that, you just add a little bit of an opaque color. So what I did is I added black to the Prussian blue, and that black, even just a little bit, will really make this either semi-opaque or opaque. And then I added a little bit of phthalo blue back to it to get that really pretty navy color that I like. So that is what I am using for the base, and she has her room set in all purples. So I'm adding a little bit of white, a little bit of gold, and shades of purple, and a little bit of bright blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these out. These are 15 by 30 inch canvases, 3 of them. So paint's gonna spill all off my table. I'm ready to get messy with this one. Keep your fingers crossed that it turns out. I'm gonna do the design like this, and then all the way up there with a big blowout here, kind of minimal blowout here, and then again, up on the sides here. So there'll be a lot of negative space, I think, probably up here, but the rest of it should really be kind of blowout material here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna put enough down to get a good base. I have had a bunch of commission requests lately. I'm about on a 2-month wait right now for those. But they're so much fun. They push me to another level, and I get so worried about them. I tell my husband, I'm like, I don't think I can do it anymore. It's so stressful. But then somebody asks me, and I'm like, oh, I love that idea. Of course I'll do this for you. Just gonna get rid of my air bubbles. My husband has been so supportive. He helped me with my first live. He was there helping me mix paints. That was on Amazon, so you can check out my Amazon store and follow it, and it'll let you know when I go live. My next one will be next Thursday, or each Thursday. I don't know when you'll see this video, but all right, let me blow these out. I want to start, I was trying to figure out which colors would look really good next to this base. And I'm not going to start with the darkest color, with the phthalo blue, because that's very similar to this. And I'm always thinking about this when I'm layering my paints. And so I'm going to go next. I think I'm going to go with this color, honestly. And I'm going to put a pretty good amount on here. Because, especially on this side, it's going to go up a little bit, but it's got to come all the way down here. And this already has made this purple color, this is ultramarine violet. That with the navy that I have there is already making a beautiful blue color. Really, really pretty. Okay, so next, I am going to do, since it's already mixing this way, I'm going to do the phthalo blue next. And I am going to come on top of these colors a little bit, yeah, because I want them to kind of mix together. And I'm going to blow up, but then a lot back this way. So I may even layer here a little bit more as well. So I had thought about this. White does not always make your painting white. Sometimes it just brightens the colors that you already have. So I'm gonna layer a little bit of white through here. That's okay if that dripped there. Because when I blow that out, it's gonna fan out and create this beautiful color. So now I'm gonna layer straight on top here. Okay. Then I'm gonna go with a little bit more white right next to this. Maybe even a little up here. Almost like I'm creating like I'm tripping over myself, this is so large. Almost like I'm creating like an outline around it. Then I'm gonna come in with my dark purple. So I'm gonna do this on both sides, I think. Now I'm gonna come back in with this color. So this is not the usual where you just kind of do the straight lines on here. Now I'm gonna go with this blue again. Just a little bit though. Just a hint that time. And again with my white. Hope it's not too much white. Say this as I keep putting it on there. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the gold. And I don't want a ton, so I'm gonna do that with my stick as well. Because the gold is not the main purpose here. It's just the accent. I have left my gold just a tiny bit thicker, and this is with Winsor & Newton and Creative Inspirations mixed together. The Winsor & Newton has good binders, and the Creative Inspiration is what helps me create the cells that I get. Again, just popping air bubbles, and oh, I'm nervous. I think I'm just gonna blow this out. I'm gonna start up this way and then blow the rest of this down this way. Maybe up, down, up a little bit, and then down this way. I don't know. Whatever I just said, I already forgot. So wish me luck. Oh. think I got rid of most of the air bubbles. I think this is really, really pretty. It's a lot softer, so I'm hoping that she likes it because it's a lot softer than I originally had planned. And it's not necessarily the white. I think it's the navy kind of background kind of calmed everything down because this is chaos, you know? So it's actually good to have that. So I'm gonna give her pictures of it, see if she likes it. If not, we'll go back to the drawing board. But let me show you the wet result and then I will show you the dry result. I'll take you in so that you can see. It is beautiful. And the little pops of gold are really nice that are in there, and those will dry. And then you can always go and outline with a little bit more gold if you want to, or a little bit more of another color. Let me get my light out of the way. But this is just very soft, and there's like tiny little pops of color. Very different. Ah, my light. It's so hard to film big work. All right, I'll show you the dried result. Okay, so here it is. And it did dry a little bit darker, and I knew that that would happen, but the color stayed really beautiful. And that magenta in the middle is really pretty. Now, I was concerned, I'll take you through slowly. Now, I was concerned that maybe my Amsterdam white was not reacting, but I went back, I watched the video. Look, I love those petals with the gold touch up there. Oh, my camera's adjusting. So pretty. So I'll back out and talk to you. So I was worried that like my Amsterdam white, something was going on, but it's really not that. It is that my paints were a little bit thin. And as well, I used most of the same brand, and I also used very similar transparency. So I used mostly semi-transparent or semi-opaque colors. And I think that didn't lend itself to getting as much of a reaction. So I'm actually gonna play around with that. And if I can find anything to tell you guys, I'll do a video on the different opacities and transparencies to see if that has an effect. But the client still really likes it. It's definitely different than both of us had in mind. And I was very honest with her when I messaged her, but she still came back and said, oh, it is different and I love it. So Shelby, thank you so much. I hope that you love this for your room. And thank everyone for watching. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to experiment maybe a little bit with the opacity and transparency and trying to create cells and not create cells in the painting. And thank you for watching. Yep. Painting. Bye.